Yeah, we're good.
Growing up, what sports did you play?
I played two sports. I played basketball, which I was probably more passionate about, and then I played baseball.
And how do you think those playing different sports helped you in your career?
Well, I think it played a very important part for me. I changed sports so I didn't get burned out on one. They're both different, obviously, with the speed of basketball, and you're moving your feet and you're working on your legs. And then in baseball, you have some short sprints, a lot of standing around. Baseball is more of a mental game of one-on-one challenges. Basketball is a five-man sport where you're passing, you're doing everything to set up your play. So I think they help each other out very much so.
What was it about baseball that you fell in love with?
Well, I like the strategy of the game. I like the individual challenges to try to help your team win. The anticipation of the next play, where's it going to go, who's going to be ready. All of that, I think, makes the game of baseball what it is.
When you look back in your youth sports experiences, do you look back and go, wow, that was a lot of fun, the coaches were great, the parents were great? What do you remember about those days?
Yeah, I think I had a lot of fond memories. I think more importantly, the most important thing was that it was fun. I look back on it as a fun opportunity. This was something that I was allowed to do, and I was allowed to exceed at, and I was allowed to excel in that sport. I was never ever the best player. Every team I played on, there were better players. I think I loved it the most. I think I was the first one there all the time, excited about going to the game and playing in the game, and anticipating what was going to happen that day.
Was there anything that coaches did that you remember that made it fun for you when you look back?
I have plenty of memories of many different coaches. High school, the coach was good enough to be a father figure to me and give me his opinions about the future, what to do. I had offers to go to many different colleges, and I was going to choose one for the wrong reason, and he pointed that out to me and made me understand that education was probably the best thing that I had going for me, and why not go to a school that I could get a great education. There's no guarantee that baseball was ever going to work out, but I played well enough in high school that my education was going to pan out regardless of what baseball was going to do. So I thought that was a game changer for me. I went to college, and the two coaches in college quickly told me that I wasn't a pitcher and I was a first baseman, so that helped a lot. So you learn to keep your mouth shut and your ears and eyes open.
Kids go through hitting slumps. Obviously, they take losses hard. They take going through big slumps hard. How can coaches help kids stay positive?
I can tell them that not just kids go through slumps, There's plenty of slumps that are going to take place this year in baseball. That's why baseball is so rewarding, and it's also so challenging. The game of baseball, in my opinion, is a great life lesson of how to handle failure, because you're failing in this game. You hit 300, which means you're making 7 outs out of every 10 at-bats, and you're supposed to be happy about it. Nowhere else in the world are you supposed to be happy with producing at 30%. So it's difficult. You have to handle that. You have to start to evaluate your at-bats differently. It's not only hits and outs. There's good at-bats that you have by making the right out, and so you have to expand on that, and I think that helps a lot.
What do you think made you such a good hitter during your days?
I worked hard. I think I understood the game. I worked on every aspect of the game as far as the offensive side, handling the bat. Worked on hitting every pitch that I was going to see and trying to be comfortable with those pitches, sliders, curveballs, fastballs, situational hitting. You know, I think that if you put yourself through the total aspect of hitting, you're going to be better, and I was wanting to do that, and so I put myself through that.
If you're working with young kids, is there any couple main points that you would stress as far as technique and fundamentals and how to become a good hitter?
No, I think that you know, there are some fundamentals about hitting, but excuse me, not everybody hits the same way. There's not two guys that hit the same way in this game, and what a coach has to do is try to make that player hit the way that player should hit, not the way the coach would want him to hit. You know, we work every day with these guys to try to maximize their potential and their ability with their body and with their swing and with their strength. And you know, you're not going to make the smallest guy on your team be a home run hitter. But he can perform, and he can be an integral asset to the team if he does what he can do best. And go down the line, you know, our big guys, they can be an integral part to the game if they're just not home run hitters. They can put the ball in play if they can reduce their strikeouts, and that's what we work on.
What was it like to play in the All-Star game as a rookie?
It was over before I knew it. You know, it was a quick, incredible opportunity that I'll always remember. You know, and so I think I surprised a lot of people, which I think the manager realized, and so he abided by the rules and allowed me to start, which the fans wanted, and then he put Don Mattingly in very quickly.
When you look back on your career, what are you most proud of?
I think my consistency and the years that I played. You know, I think it's very tough to get up here, and I think it's very tough to stay up here. You know, every year people come to spring training wanting your job, and it's up to you to maintain a great work ethic and keep your ability sharp to hold on to that position. And you know, I played 16 years in the big leagues, which were 16 years longer than I ever thought, and I think I enjoyed every moment of it.
Last question: if you're talking to a group of moms and dads getting their kids involved in baseball for the first time, what would be your advice to them?
Stay out of their way. Understand why your child is wanting to play, and hopefully it's not for you, because he won't maximize his ability if he's playing for somebody else. So keep it fun, encourage, keep it positive. Don't think that your son's going to be the next Derek Jeter, because he probably won't be, but it's okay. He could be the next Joe Johnson, and that's important.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir.
All right.